my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a talk through tutorial for you using the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. I just did a love it, like it, or leave it on this, which I will have linked down below, which will give you some more information about any of the colors that I didn't use in this tutorial and some more information about the product itself. But I had some requests because I wore a look using this actually in two of my videos, an ipsy bag boxycharm unboxing, which I will also have linked down below, and in the love it, like it, or leave it where I reviewed this. So I had requests to do a tutorial on the look I was wearing in those, and this is what the final look was. So I'm going to go through everything. It's going to be a talk through tutorial mostly. I am going to have my face and stuff all done for the most part, the basics, but then we'll get into what I used in the palette. So I hope you guys like it and stay tuned for the tutorial. Let's get to the tutorial. I've already started my face. I just wanted to concentrate on using this palette, so I did kind of all my basic stuff first, but I will just go over everything that I used. For my primer, I used my Revlon Photoready right here. I actually have the cap off so I can get down into the bottom of it. For foundation, I used my L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and this is in the shade N4 Buff Beige. Looks like this. And I used my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to blend that all in. For, what did I use next? Oh, for my dark circles, I used the NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and this is in the shade Light, and I just used my fingertips to apply this to the inner corner. For highlight, I used the Hard Candy Glamoflauge, and this is in the shade Light, and I used a combination of my fingers and the Real Techniques brush to blend that out. To set under my eyes, I used the NYX Finishing Powder in the shade Brighten, and I applied that using my e.l.f. blush brush, just patting that in under the eyes. I primed my eyelids using the WetnWild Fergie Take on the Day eye primer, and then I quickly just filled a little bit in on my eyebrows using my Salon Perfect Brow Defining Kit with the brush that came with it, and I used the Milani Brow Shaping Wax. So that's the basis for right here. As you may notice, I'm doing this as a little bit more of a talk through rather than a voiceover like I normally do. I just thought it'd be a little bit more personable today. So let's get into that. I'm going to go into the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette, and I'm going to go into the bronzer, which is Park Avenue Princess. I'm using this Sonia Kashuk brush, which I got in a kit that I spoke about in my August Faves and Fails. I'll have that link down below if you want more information on the brush. And I'm going to go into that color, kind of tapping it, and I'm going to apply this right to the hollow of my cheek, just kind of gently sweeping it back and forth to start my contour. And for the other side, sorry about my hair today, guys. It is crazy hot, and if you hear any thunderstorms, it's thundering. It's been thundering and lightning today. So, okay, so now I'm just making little circles to kind of blend it out so it's not this like whoosh, harsh line. So I'm just kind of buffing it out a little bit here. See how it's not as harsh now? I mean, it looks a little harsh, but I think that's more so the light. In my mirror behind you, it doesn't look as bad. That's like crazy dark. Okay, then what I'm actually going to do is just grab kind of a fluffy brush. I thought I pulled one, but this is just like a fluffier. This is the Sigma E40, and I'm going to go into that Park Avenue Princess again and just kind of tap this just to highlight the rest of my face a little bit here. Not highlight, bronze the rest of my face, and then kind of on the jawline. Bring some color into it. I'm a little bit red down here, but my face isn't, so I'm just kind of trying to blend myself all together. Okay, for the blush, I'm going to go into the blush in the palette called Unleashed, and this is just a Sonia Kashuk blush brush. I love this blush. This blush is so beautiful. So I'm going to apply this to the apples of my cheeks, kind of in a circular motion, and then kind of dust it backwards a little bit. And again into it. Okay. And applying to the apples of the cheek, going back. Oh, I love this. This blush is just so pretty. Whether you use it with what's going on in the palette or by itself. It's just a really, really beautiful color. And for the highlight, I'm going to use this Real Techniques, what are you called? Setting brush. It's just a small brush, as you can see. And I'm going to go into the champagne highlight in here. And I'm just gently dabbing it in there. And I'm going to apply this right up here to give a nice glow to the cheek. Ooh, do you see that? Ooh, baby. I love the highlight in here. Okay. Okay, so the eyelids and everything are all primed, like I mentioned before. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can get in nice and close for the eye look. Okay guys, so you're nice and close so you can get a good look on what I'm doing here. I'm going to go into this shade here, which is Tangled Up In You, and I'm going in with my, that's the wrong brush, I'm going in with my Sigma E40, which is a tapered blending brush. It's just a big old fluffy kind of crease brush. And I'm going to take that color, tap it off, and I'm just going to sweep it back and forth, just filling in the crease there. Very lightly, just kind of going back and forth. Okay. And this is just kind of starting like a base of what we're going to be working with, and we're going to apply some dimension with adding other colors. Okay. So there we go. That's just, I mean, it doesn't look like much, but we build. Okay. Next, I'm going to take, where are you? Oh, I'm just taking a flat eyeshadow brush like this. Nothing special. I don't even know what brand this is. But I'm going to be going into this beautiful gold shade here. This is Up to No Gold, and I'm going to be taking that on the flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to pat it all over the eyelid. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to start patting it all over the eyelid. This color is so beautiful. I think this is the most pigmented color in this entire palette. It is just so, so gorgeous. You could just wear this by itself. Like if you did that in the crease and then this, oh, it still looks so pretty. Okay, so that's all over the lid. Next I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk, I think this is the small eyeshadow brush, looks like this. And I'm going to go into this Plum Away With Me color. It's this purple color right here, which is next to Up to No Gold. And I'm going to dab this into that on one side. And what I'm going to do is kind of stamp it on the outer corner and just kind of like feather it in a little bit into the crease. Just like that. And then what I actually do is kind of run it right in my crease back and forth a little bit. Okay, let's go into the other eye. Kind of stamping it. I'm kind of going to the outer like part of my crease and like pulling it in a little bit, and then going into the crease and then running it right in there back and forth. Now what I'm going to do is take my e.l.f. Blending eye brush. It looks like this, just another kind of fluffy brush, and this is clean, and I'm just going to kind of blend that plum color out just so it's not harsh looking. And I'm just gonna sweep it, you know, just right out here where I placed the color, and then sweeping it into the crease where I had that purple. And it's all about blending, making your colors transition from one to another. Okay. So there we are so far. You see it? Okay. So far, so good. Okay. I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush, the same blending brush, into that plum color, and just barely tap it and then just kind of sweep it again, which is just going to give me a little bit heavier of an application just to darken it and give a little bit more dimension. I dropped my palette. And I'm just concentrating it on the outer part of the eye and then sweeping it across. Now, What I'm going to do is go in again with the flat eyeshadow brush and the Up To No Gold. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna pat it right on top because we've blended some of that purple in there. So I'm gonna take this and kind of pat it, not too much as before, but just to bring that gold back in a little bit. And this is optional, it depends on how gold you want it. Like right there I may have gone a little bit overboard, so I'm just gonna kind of blend it again with the purple. It's all about what you're looking for here. So there we go. And I kind of do like circle as I blend, like I sweep back and forth, but I also circle it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is take this Makeup Academy brush. It's the crease brush. I recently picked this up at CVS. That's kind of a thinner brush. I'm going to go into the shade Bare to Explore. It's this color right here. And I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to apply this up here, not my brow bone, but kind of just above where my crease is, where the Plum Away With Me and the Tangled Up In You kind of were in there. And I'm just gonna kind of gently, but you can see I'm not going up to my brow bone, I'm just sweeping this. It's giving another transition color so that it's not the plum and then a highlight color. It's giving just kind of a transition, so it's melding from the plum to the Tangled Up In You to this, and then it'll be the highlight color. So I'm just kind of gently sweeping this back and forth just along there. For the highlight, I'm going to be using the champagne color, which is the highlight I used on my cheeks. And I'm just taking my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. It's just a flat kind of eyeshadow brush, a little bit fluffier. And I'm just gonna apply this right under my brow, just in there like that. Just to highlight, make it pop a little bit. This is such a pretty highlight. And I'm actually gonna go in, I'm gonna clean off my Sonia Kashuk brush. I'm just kind of wiping it down there, that same Sonia Kashuk brush. I'm gonna go into that highlight again, and I'm gonna apply this to the inner corner and pulling it onto the eyelid just a little tiny bit. So you're gonna go from that champagne type color into the gold, into the plum. So I'm just gonna apply this just in there, and then it's kind of going in the inner tear duct to bring that brightness back in there. Okay. I am going to curl my eyelashes. This is my e.l.f. eyelash curler, which I need to clean. It's been sticking to my lashes quite a bit lately. And I'm just gonna curl these. Now, I can't remember what eyeliner I used when I did that look. I do know it was a liquid eyeliner. I just don't know which one it is, so. But, I mean, all mine are pretty much black, so I knew it was one of them. I just don't know which one. For the underneath here, I'm going to use my small angle Sigma E65. It's just a small angle brush like this. And I'm going to go into Plum Away With Me. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to bring that right along the lower lash line here. Okay. This is really hard for me to do in the viewfinder. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is just take my E30, just a pencil brush, and I'm just going to kind of run it just to blend it out, because the other brush kind of more stamps, it doesn't really blend it, but this will blend it out a little bit. Then what I like to do also is take the Up To No Gold, and I'm going to take it on the pencil brush this time, and I'm just going to kind of put this right in this inner corner here, bringing it to the purple. Okay. I think I might have gotten a little bit in my eye, but that's okay. All right. For today's eyeliner, I'll be using the Rimmel Scandalize. Looks like this. And this is just black. What are you? You don't even have a color. Yeah, just the black one. I don't know, like I said, if this is the one that I actually used that day, but this is the one I'm using today. And I'm not doing any kind of wing. I didn't have a wing in that look. I just went across the eyelid. So that's just kind of what I'm gonna do here is I start in the middle and I'm just tracing my lash line with it. And again, like I said, no wing. Make sure you get into the inner corner. And for the other side. Okay, so we got our eyes all lined. For mascara, I used my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which this is a mini size that I had gotten with a kit. And I'm just gonna apply this to my upper lashes. I love this mascara. This has been one of my favorites, and I was a little skeptical of it at first because of the wand, like the shape of it, because it's kind of like pinched in the middle. But I have absolutely been loving this formula. I've been using this so much lately. And then for my lower lash line, I'm going to apply the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. This is the waterproof one, and this is in Very Black. And if you hear, my dog is actually laying next to me and she's snoring. So if you hear any snoring in the background, that's her back there. So I'm just applying this wigginless into my lower lashes. Okay. In the video where I first wore this look, which is my Ipsy bag boxycharm unopening, I did have false lashes on. However, I'm not going to put false lashes on today because I'm actually just hanging around the house, so there's no need for me to have falsies on. But I use the Ardell Demi Wispies. They look like this. That's what I had on, and I use the Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive to apply it. So I did have falsies on in that video. That's why my lashes look so good, but not today, my friends. When I first wore this look, it was in the Ipsy Bag Boxycharm unbagging and opening, and I had this Revlon Just Fittin' Kissable Balm Stain in the shade Crush On, which is what I have on my lips right now. However, when I reviewed the product, when I reviewed the palette, I had on this L'Oreal, is this L'Oreal? L'Oreal collection in the shades Jennifer Nude. It's number 370. They're in these sleek black containers. So this was just a nude lip that I had on when I reviewed the palette. So those were the two lip products that I wore with it, but I think more people were curious as to what I had on my lips. All in all, like I said in the Love It, Like It, or Leave It, which I will have linked down below, I love this palette. I love the different looks you can get to it. And this for me is a really nice fall look with the golds and kind of cranberry plum. I just think it works really well to transition into fall. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Thumbs up if you did. If there's any products you would like to see reviewed as a Love It, Like It, or Leave It, please leave your comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!